South American Cup Winners' Cup against Nacional de Medellin of Colombia, winners of the South American League Champions Cup. Let's take a check on the current form of both teams. Boca Juniors, as you can see, in 5th place in the Argentine Premier Division, just 6 points behind Independiente, last season's champions and the current leaders. In Colombia, Nacional were in 2nd place when the Colombian League was actually suspended. You may remember the story when a referee was actually shot and killed, and the mafia links with the various drug-infested situation in Colombian football was blamed, and the league was suspended. Here's a look at the Boca Juniors lineup, and a very experienced team this is. Several Argentine internationals in the side. Boca Juniors, the 2nd most successful club in Argentina, behind River Plate. Atletico Nacional from Medellin also have a side packed with international players. Indeed, 5 or even 6 of these names will figure in the Colombian World Cup squad for the finals in Italy this summer. Crowd of around 10,000 here. The Orange Bowl Stadium was the venue for the recent Marlborough Cup 4-team international tournament, as the 2 captains meet in the center circle with the Brazilian referee and the 2 United States linesmen. On the right of the picture, Claudio Marangoni, captain of Boca Juniors, and Alexis Garcia is the Nacional captain. Nacional in the green shirts and white shorts, Boca Juniors from Argentina in the blue and yellow strip. Something of a new competition, this. Sponsors came in and said they would like to see this version of the European Super Cup, in which the European champions meet the team that win the European Cup Winners' Cup. They haven't quite got the same setup in South America, but on paper these are the 2 best club sides in South American football. Boca Juniors, who certainly, as I was saying, are the 2nd most successful team in their nation. Only River Plate have had more championship successes than them, 20 to Boca's 15 championships, although the last time Boca won the title was 9 years ago now. Nacional, who will kick off here, an attack from left to right in the first half, won the Libertadores Cup last season. That's the South American version of the European Cup, when they beat Olimpia of Paraguay. And then they went on to meet AC Milan in the World Club Cup, losing 1-0 after extra time. So Nacional, a very, very capable side indeed. And here's their captain, Garcia, one of the many international players in the team. Cut out by Chifo, the number 3, the famous international player for Argentina. Herrera brought down. An early free kick to Nacional. Very humid conditions here, which won't really be to the players' liking, I wouldn't think. And the pitch doesn't really look in the best possible condition. Here's the captain, Garcia. Early ball floated in a decent effort as well. And Baleda was the target, but it went over his head. And a goal kick. Carlos Navarro Montoya is the goalkeeper for Boca Juniors. In fact, it looks as though the referee has given a free kick for a spot of pushing as the ball came over. Musladini sweeping the ball out again to Chifo on this near side. Turned on by Ponche and dispossessed as Boca Juniors win the ball back. Number 7 is Itabel, and back he comes to Musladini, with a bad ball by him. Throw into Nacional. The easily identifiable Alvarez, the long-haired figure, number 14 in midfield for Nacional. And the tackle then was on this man, Luis Herrera, very experienced international player with something like 50 caps to his credit. Turned on by Arango, the number 12, but won back by Cuchifo. Rodriguez couldn't keep it in play. Interesting run out really for Nacional in particular, this, because with the league suspended, obviously their top players aren't really getting match practice every week. lot of friendlies are being played, and a lot of players have been loaned out to various teams. But basically, the Colombians, as soon as the league had been suspended, and an early mistake there, which nearly led to an opening for Itabel. As I was saying, the Colombians realized as soon as their National League had been suspended that this would leave their World Cup players without essential match practice before Italy. So they named a squad of 25 players very early on, and those players are getting as many games in like this as they can. And also they'll be going to Europe at some stage if the Colombians can find the money to fund the trip. And Dario Gomez we caught sight of there, one of the coaching team at Nacional. The ball on the far side with Gomez. Brought down neatly then by Latori. Number 11 here is Rodriguez. Challenged by Herrera. The referee says free kick to Boca Juniors. A bit of a harsh decision. Cuchifo takes it quickly and finds Ponche. Good little ball in field. Back out again to Latori. Nice play by Marangoni. But one back. And the ball played forward by Perez, but offside in the centre against Arango. It seemed the linesman had signalled offside, but the referee deciding the ball had already crossed the line for the Boca Juniors throw. We've certainly heard a lot of the referees whistle early on here, which hasn't helped the teams to settle in these opening stages. Free kick to Boca Juniors. Ponche, the number 10, to take it. Lots of room for Musladini on the right. Played in early towards Latori. One back though by Perea. Carlos Almar, the Boca Juniors coach, just caught sight of him from behind. And an enormous bounce as the ball went out of play then. The weather here, of course, in Florida, always hot and sunny, and the policeman showing that perhaps in the United States they're beginning to learn how to kick a ball instead of just throw it. Turned on by Latori, but not a good ball. One back by Gomez for Nacional. It's the Argentine side who've dominated the opening exchanges here. Remember, Boca Juniors from Argentina in the blue and yellow, Nacional from Colombia in green. Turned away by Cuchifo, unable to control it. Itabel in the middle. And now Herrera for Nacional. Good play, but still the pattern a little bit scrappy in the middle of the field. And Marchesini, the tall centre-back, just letting the ball run. Cuchifo will take the throw. Played in the '86 World Cup final for Argentina, Cuchifo. Dangerous little header then by Perea, but he got away with it, and the ball rather ambitiously thumped forward by Itabel. Higuita dealt with it nonchalantly for Nacional. Musladini again. And it's all a bit tight in the middle of the field. Nobody can really find the room to achieve anything. Turned back by Arango this time, and again the referee giving the free kick to Nacional. The captain, number 8, Garcia, came over but didn't get to take it, and it's one back by Itabel now for Boca. Marangoni, Musladini forward, straight to Alvarez. One back again by Ponche for Boca Juniors. And robbed by Garcia. Good play by the captain of Nacional, and a decent little ball as well. tried to set Arboleda free, and Montoya quick to react to the danger then. Actually has dual citizenship, the Boca Juniors goalkeeper, both Argentine and Colombian, so a bit of a quandary for him in this match, or at least for his family. Gomez, and turns safely back to the other goalkeeper, the unique character René Higuita. A little more about him later. This is Herrera in the meantime for Nacional. Bad ball, straight onto the head of Marchesini. Garcia turning it forward again, and that's a useful ball as well, out to the far side to Luis Fajardo, but he couldn't do much with it. Herrera, nice play. This is Pereira, the international centre-back for Colombia. Alvarez, also a key player in midfield for his national team. Number 5, Cassiani, and number 6 is Perez. Higuita, well, I think you can say extrovert goalkeeper. The phrase would certainly suit him. And then a foul on Marangoni by Arboleda. Gives Boca Juniors an indirect free kick. A lot of litter being blown by quite a strong swirling wind. Chifio turns it forward. Should be routine for Pereira, and indeed he gets it away with ease, but back it comes in again. Poor control, not helped by the pitch, which looks very bobbly indeed. Chifo wins it back for Boca. And then a useful ball forward, in danger here. Threatening by Itabel. And there was a loud appeal from the Boca Juniors players as Itabel went down. But the bench impassively see the referee wave play on. That looked like a foul on Herrera by Rodriguez. Now Alvarez takes over. Sweeps play out to the far side. Garcia in possession. Oh, and he's dispossessed. Got a throw in to Nacional. The American public address announcer, rather needlessly, I would have thought, explaining every time the ball goes out that it's a throw in to whichever side it is, or a goal kick. I'm sure the spectators here know enough about the game to realise that. Nice play by Fajardo. Garcia helps it on to number 12, Arango. Cut out by Marangoni in the end. Rodriguez with a nice little ball infield to Sonora, but still neither side can really get a smooth pattern of play going, and Montoya lets it run behind for a goal kick. As I was saying before, he's got dual citizenship, the Boca goalkeeper. His brother is actually a Colombian international player. Marangoni forward, good ball for Ponce. Ponce in turn finding Itabel, but he couldn't control it. Cassiani. And this is Luis Herrera. Good player, Herrera, as you'd expect of a man who's played in so many international matches, and he really carried things forward well then, and he gets it back again, and a good tackle too. Referee had to intervene then. Herrera having a little disagreement, shall we say, as the ball was on the ground with Sonora. And I think the referee will want a further word with the Nacional right back. Indeed, he's calling Luis Herrera over towards him. Dare I say, the referee showing early signs of being a little fussy here. We've heard his whistle an awful lot. Nothing terribly serious about that incident. The referee making a meal of it. Oh, Marchesini in trouble. And still in trouble, as Arango is dispossessed in the end. Now Rodriguez. Good little ball forward to Latori, the number 9. Given away to Alvarez. That's a throw in to Nacional. Remember, these two teams, the pick of South American club football. Although the Brazilians might have an argument or two about that, but of course so many of the leading Brazilian players are in Europe or indeed other parts of the world. Actually, much the same can be said for Argentine league. Somebody calculated the other day that over 100 of Argentina's best players are playing in other countries other than their own. Here's Itabel for Boca Juniors. And that's a useful ball as well for Rodriguez. Shot straight against Herrera in the end, though. Could have done a lot better there, I felt. And once again, play has been interrupted by the shrill whistle from the referee. Free kick to Nacional. Gomez on the left. Pereira. Alvarez. Good ball forward. And Arango just couldn't get a foot on it. Garcia wins it back. Arango dispossessed again. He's not having the happiest of times at the moment. And all the way back from Cassiani to Higuita. Herrera seeing a lot of the ball early on. Oh, and he's in trouble here. And suddenly, Latori. And Latori again. Well, Boca Juniors could easily have taken the lead, and no wonder they're frustrated on the bench. Higuita knows he was really riding his luck then. It was a terrible mistake by Pereira, who gave the ball away to Latori. He did well here. It hit the chest of Higuita, and then he struck the outside of the post from the rebound. Showed good presence of mind, Latori, to capitalise on the defender's error. It wasn't so much a save as the ball hitting Higuita, and how unlucky he was with the second shot from a difficult angle. Well, Rene Higuita, capped 34 times by the Colombian national team, certainly had Lady Luck smiling on him then. Frustration for Carlos Almar and the substitutes on the Boca bench. They could have taken a very, very important early lead then. And here's Pereira, whose mistake led to that opening. Nacional's throw-in. Nice little flick on by Garcia, and he was there again. Arango, and he just ran out of room to make a telling cross. Marchesini brings the ball forward then for Boca Juniors. Juan Simon, the other centre-back. Marangoni playing the long ball forward. Latori, who had that near miss a few moments ago. It's a good ball to Cuchifo. It's all a bit tight there, and Rodriguez did well to control it, but the ball had already crossed the line. A bit of touchline coaching, which I'm sure the referee will want to have a word of warning about. Garcia. And again, good play here by Arboleda. Well, that looked like a foul to me. Not given though. Cuchifo for Boca. You can probably hear the jets screaming overhead on their way to Miami Airport, obviously bringing a lot of holidaymakers in here, but certainly the local South American spectators are packed inside that particular part of the stadium and enjoying the rare opportunity for them to see two of the leading club teams from their continent in action. Great deal of expatriate South Americans, of course, in this, as indeed in most parts of the United States. And they don't like to see any negative play, as they would describe that backheader by Herrera to Higuita. Strange sort of kick by Higuita, right onto the head of Marchesini. It's like head tennis at the moment. Needs somebody to get the ball down. Offside. Number 12, Jaime Arango, an international player. And they've even got a couple on the substitutes bench, Nacional. The leading club side now in Colombia. Chifo will come across to take the throw. 28 now, something like 20-odd international appearances, including, as I was saying earlier, the 1986 World Cup final win against West Germany. That was a foul by Rodriguez on Herrera, so free kick to Nacional, which Herrera himself takes quickly. And gets back. Met in the middle by Marangoni, but only as far as Perez. Oh, neat play on the far side of the field by Fajardo. Garcia with a little back heeler. The crowd loved that one. Didn't come off though. Ponche brings it clear for Boca. Long ball forwards by Itabel. That's the second time he's tried to beat Higuita from, I don't know, about 50, 60 yards even. And duly got the catcalls I think his effort deserved. If you're wondering why Higuita likes to kick the ball so much, he used to actually play in midfield for Nacional once. And a pretty useful ball forward. He still takes the penalties for them, and indeed takes the penalties for Colombia. And in the recent Marlborough Cup actually scored a crucial penalty for them as well in a penalty shootout. Herrera with the free kick. Switched to Perez on the far side. Free kick has gone Boca's way. Well, not really enough goal-mouth action in the first 20 minutes or so to excite the crowd too much. And still 0-0 here. Reminder, if you've just joined us, you're watching Nacional of Medellin in Colombia. They're in the green jerseys, with Pereira just helping the ball back to goalkeeper René Higuita. And in the blue and yellow, it's Boca Juniors from Argentina in this special competition for the South American Super Cup. Boca Juniors, winners of the South American Cup Winners' Cup, and Nacional won the South American League Champions Cup. So they're playing here at the Orange Bowl Stadium in Miami, Florida, for the right to be called the top club side in the whole of South America. The Latin version of Europe's Super Cup. And the referee again being rather over fussy and interrupting play. And the award of that free kick. One back by Rodriguez now for Boca. Given away just as quickly. This is Pereira. Garcia, Alvarez. Good play this by Nacional. Their best move, perhaps. Arango in possession, but not for long. Marangoni dispossessed him. And again, Boca give it away. Garcia with a little ball forward. It's a good ball as well. Headed clear by Simon. Still the danger not gone yet. Oh, and in the end, the shot came in from Arboleda and wasn't far off target. The first shot Nacional have managed with over 20 minutes of the game completed. Defender Marchesini getting it away here. That difficult bouncing ball helped on by Fajardo, and Arboleda's shot was wide. So still 0-0. And that's got the crowd excited now, or at least the Colombian contingent. Herrera for Nacional takes the safe route back to Higuita. That can be goal safe. I think he'll be one of the real characters of the World Cup, this goalkeeper. Not only his appearance, but his unusual ideas about the philosophy of goalkeeping. Thinks nothing of coming out, dribbling the ball up to the halfway line on occasions. If he tries that in the World Cup, I think he could pay for it. But I've no doubt he'll try it anyway. Cleared by Pereira, only as far as Ponce, and he was quite clearly brought down by Alvarez. 35 now, Ponce, and 30-odd caps, mainly in the early 80s. Ponce again. And I really must stress that the referee is not helping things at all. If you don't let the play flow a little bit more, then we might begin to see a decent game of football. He was given a free kick to Boca, who were actually in possession at the time anyway. Ponce with the kick. Unhappy, the defenders are back the statutory distance. But takes it anyway. Looking on the far side for Marchesini, and really the angle was hopeless to make a telling header. Goal kick. Enormous kick then by Higuita. Cleared upfield by Musladini, and again a free kick given. Now Marangoni. You may remember the number 5, played for a short time in the English League for Sunderland. Played about 20-odd games for them, in fact. Well, the spectators certainly enjoying themselves on that far side. I suspect more to do with the refreshments they've been taking before the match than what they've seen of the football so far. Mussolini with the throw then for Boca Juniors, who the public announcer insists on calling Argentina, and he insists on calling Nacional Colombia as though this was an international fixture. It is, of course, but they are both club sides. Marangoni. Herrera wins it back. This is Arango, good play. And the referee is quite rightly, I think, punished Cuchifo there for stealing quite a few yards on the throw-in, and they ought to have realised really already with this referee that you won't get away with anything. Herrera. Oh, well, he was making life difficult for himself trying to cross left-footed from that angle. Herrera with the throw. Alvarez turning it forward. One back by Marangoni for Boca Juniors. Free kick to the Argentine side. Incidentally, the great Diego Maradona was an ex, or rather is an ex, Boca Juniors player. Certainly the most famous international they've ever produced, but they've produced quite a few down the years. Ponche, one of them, who took that free kick and found Latorre. Alvarez clearing his lines for Nacional, only as far as Marchesini. And suddenly Latorre looks onside here. And Latorre, oh yes! Boca Juniors have taken the lead. Diego Latorre gets the goal. Goal by number 9, Diego Latorre. Nacional stood expecting, I think, an offside decision, but I think Latorre timed his run to perfection, and somewhere in the middle of there is a very happy young man. Diego Latorre, who's only 21, promising young forward that they've got high hopes for. The ball played by Marchesini right from the back here. Now it looked from that camera angle as though Latorre was offside. He had a difficult enough job to do anyway, as Higuita came out and met him, the ball spinning away. And watch his reaction here as the ball hits the goalkeeper and he half volleys it into the net because the defender was ahead of him and he knew he had no time. Very good goal really by Diego Latorre. He's a junior and under 21 international for Argentina, and they feel at Boca Juniors it won't be long before he makes it into the full national team, maybe even for the World Cup this summer. Offside. Crowd oohing and ahhing, but clearly offside. And as I was saying, Nacional felt that Latorre was offside a few minutes ago. I think that's why they're all complaining so vehemently now. There's one offside's gone against them and another one didn't. And well, it seemed to me that he timed his run to perfection, Latorre, when the ball was played, and it came from a long way back, remember, with Marchesini halfway inside his own half, and it looked a good goal. And as far as the referee is concerned, it was a good goal. And Boca Juniors lead here by 1-0. Throw in though to Nacional. Alvarez in possession, turned on by Gomez. It was a good tackle. There's a few flying challenges going in the middle of the park now. Garcia, there's another one, but he gets away with it. Alvarez. The whistle has gone almost inevitably. And they're happier now on the Boca bench. Remember, it was Latorre who had that miss early on when he hit the outside of the post, but wait for a moment as Herrera attempts the cross, and it went off the defender. That's a corner. Yes, it was Latorre who had the near miss, and Latorre in the end who scored. Herrera's cross deflecting behind, and it certainly had Montoya in two minds. But the corner comes to nothing. Cleared upfield by Marchesini. And look at where Higuita is, midway inside his own half. And not the best ball either. That's where having a rather overconfident goalkeeper can be a problem. Here's Alvarez. Gomez. Given away to Ponche. Now Itabel. Ponche. Boca Juniors beginning to show a few tricks now. Latorre forward. That's a very good ball. And Higuita this time had to come out. And he's staying out. And he's gone for the return ball. I don't believe him. And he gets it as well. Alvarez, surely they're not going to play it back to him again. The crowd loved that. But I suspect his manager was having kittens. Well, he certainly is a personality. Rene Higuita. What other goalkeeper would have tried that? He did well initially with the interception, but then playing a little 1-2 with a teammate. Well, if you've played in midfield and a decent level of football, I guess you've got all the confidence in your ability. But he does seem to forget sometimes he's got a goalkeeper's jersey on, and he seemed to then. But what a character. Here's Herrera. Oh, good play. Brilliant stuff by Herrera. Was he brought down? Well, I thought he was. The referee's allowed play to go on. Ponche. Tackled by Alvarez. Great little run then by Luis Herrera. Fajardo couldn't control it. And suddenly Boca break again. And the goal has lifted the game now. Rodriguez. Down the line for Cuchifo. And Cuchifo goes crashing to the ground with Herrera. And they're both injured. The whistle has gone. Not quite sure what the referee's given. Luis Herrera looking in real pain then. And Cuchifo as well. And the usual cavalcade of medical men come on as Carlos Almar indicates how many minutes are remaining in the first half. And two international defenders clashing, and both of them ending up requiring treatment. Cuchifo doesn't look too pleased with the prospect of getting back on his feet, and Herrera looks as though he's got no hope at the moment. He's still flat out. Not long to half time. They may decide to be cautious and come off perhaps. This is how the injury happened. Well, you can certainly see how Cuchifo was hurt then. His leg being caught behind him. Anyway, they're both all right. So not long to go in the first half, and Boca Juniors leading here by 1-0. And the goal scorer Latorre couldn't keep the ball in play that time. Certainly Boca will be well pleased with their half, because they've definitely had the best chances. And I can only really remember one half-decent effort that Nacional have created here. And the Colombians will have to play a lot better in the second half to get back into this game and stop taking risks like that in front of their own goal. Seem to have lost a bit of confidence. Confirmation of the score as the interval approaches. Good play by Alvarez. Herrera takes over for Nacional. Flicked on, and a good little ball as well to Garcia, the captain. Well, how's that for confidence? Whatever Higuita can do, Mr. Montoya can do just as well. Took the ball on the chest. So we've got two rather extrovert goalkeepers on view here. It wasn't a bad effort, in all honesty, either by Garcia. But Montoya was sufficiently confident that he took the ball on his chest. Throw into Boca then. Musladini finding Marangoni. And again, Marangoni. He's dispossessed. Pereira in a little bit of trouble here. Latorre turning it forward, and a chance perhaps for Rodriguez on the left. Turned it in well. Pereira made up for his earlier error with the clearance. And that was a foul, surely. Seconds remaining now in the first half. So it looks as though Boca Juniors are going to go in with that one-goal lead at half-time. The referee's already looked at his watch. And there indeed is the half-time whistle. So problems for Nacional to sort out in the dressing room at half-time. Boca Juniors leading at the interval by 1-0 in this South American Super Cup. We'll have all the action in the second half, so join us again then. Welcome back to the Orange Bowl Stadium in Miami in Florida for the second half of the South American Super Cup. A competition between Boca Juniors of Argentina, who lead 1-0 at half-time. Boca winning the South American Cup Winners' Cup. And their opponents tonight, Nacional de Medellin from Colombia, who won the South American League Champions Cup. Nacional a bit disappointing in the first half for a team who've made it all the way to the World Club Cup final and only went out against the European champions AC Milan of Italy in extra time, and a late goal in extra time at that. I would have expected them to show a little bit more than they have here. Boca have been the better side, although marginally so, because they have not really produced the best of their form either. The Argentine league runners-up from last season, and they're in 5th place in this current season, having drawn just about half of their games. They're 6 points behind the champions and current leaders Independiente. Montoya is the Boca goalkeeper. Boca, remember, playing in the blue and yellow strip. Nacional from Colombia are in green. There's Latorre, who scored the only goal of the game. And his confidence has obviously grown sufficiently to try that rather ambitious effort from a long way out. And there's Higuita, who provided one or two of the real bright spots of the first half, particularly when he came out and played a 1-2 with one of his own teammates halfway inside his own half. Herrera plays it forward, straight onto the head of Marchesini. Cleared by Pereira. Gomez on this near side. The captain, Garcia. And back again, though, by Boca. And it looks as though the referee hasn't really learned his lesson from the first half, when his whistle played a none-too-happy tune as far as the spectators were concerned. Turned forward by Perez for Nacional. Straight onto the head of Simon. Chifo couldn't keep it in. It's round there somewhere. And the lady helps Herrera to retrieve the ball as we see some of the Boca substitutes. Free kick has been given to Nacional. He's really rather like one of these Latin traffic policeman, the referee, constantly whistling as Herrera plays the free kick in. Good play by Rango, and the handball has been given, and it was, yes, he's given it just outside. Look at that. Now, the dual argument going on here, because Marangoni felt that he didn't handle it at all, that it hit him on the chest, and the Nacional players believe that they should have had a penalty, not a free kick right on the line. Free kick it is. Garcia, the captain, will take it. Not a good one. Straight at Marchesini. Back in it comes from Herrera. No problem though for goalkeeper Montoya. See the incident that led to that free kick here. The ball flicked well. If there was a handball, it looked from that as though it was inside the area, and the referee was going to give it anything. He should have given a penalty perhaps, but he didn't, and it's still 1-0 to Boca Juniors. And apart from his whistle, I wonder what else he got for Christmas, because it must be irritating the players. Turned forward by Gomez this time. Gomez himself takes it, not a good throw. One back now by Boca Juniors. This is the goal scorer, Diego Latorre. Ponche. Back to Latorre, and the attempted through ball to Rodriguez didn't come off. Cassiani. Back it goes to the number 5, and in fact, nearly fatal confusion between Cassiani and Pereira, not for the first time, I might say, in this game. The two centre-backs don't appear to have the best of understandings. This is Alvarez, and Boca win it back again. Bad ball though. Dita bowling it out to Eduardo Gomez. Captain Garcia takes over. Free kick given against Musladini. Garcia. Arboleda. Boca trying to claim it should have been their throw. Gomez. I'm not quite sure how he come to fall over there, Gomez. He's looking expectantly at the referee as though he was tripped, but I think he just lost control and threw himself down in the hope of a free kick. Didn't work. Goal kick the outcome. Marchesini.
In the cops and all of them.
Turned forward by Perez. Marchesini again. Time to literally walk the ball out before planting it on the head of Cassiani at the other end. But Boca get it back again, and a good little through ball, but offside. Latorre. Garcia. Arboleda giving it away. Marangoni forward to Ponche. Ponche gets it back from Latorre, but it was too tight for the 1-2 in the centre circle, and Colombia, in the shape of the champion side Nacional, have the ball back again, although not for long. Cassiani in a little bit of bother here, but the 20-year-old who played in the World Youth Cup, incidentally, for Nacional, and was recently promoted to the senior squad, though he hasn't actually played a full international yet, showing a cool head in that moment of danger. Instructions from the bench to the Boca players. And certainly Nacional have a substitute warming up as Musladini takes the throw. And perhaps they're going to make one. It looks like Leon Villa, the number 7. Musladini, not a good ball. Whoops. Higuita had to read the bounce then. And there's been some strange bounces off this pitch, which is not really of the standard you would expect for a game of this stature. And I'm not referring to the litter that's been blown across it by the wind. It's simply a poor surface, pretty bare in places and very bouncy and unpredictable. A bit like René Higuita, certainly unpredictable. Free kick given here for the foul on Musladini, and indeed the yellow card has been produced for Perez. Forward by Marangoni. Headed clear by Herrera. Roni out to the far side. As far as Rodriguez. Good play by Rodriguez. Was that a foul? The referee says not. Alvarez chasing down the touchline. It had crossed the line surely as he helped it in field to Arango. Cuchifo with the throw for Boca Juniors of Argentina, who still lead here by a goal to 0 in the South American Super Cup. Always very difficult to gauge standards in a game like this, which is prestigious, obviously, and important, but nonetheless, I suspect both sets of players are treating it more as a friendly than a really competitive game. But I must say, having seen a couple of Super Cups in European football, I think the top teams in Europe would have no trouble with either of these two teams. Looks like a big crowd, although in fairness most of them are all gathered in one particular part of the stadium, as Boca suddenly get an opening that didn't look as though it was on, and Pereira, who's had a really nervy night, again responsible for giving Higuita an attack of the shakes. In fact, it was all in vain anyway, because the referee has given the free kick to Nacional.
Throw in Colombia.
Number 7, number 6.
Gomez.
6 coming out.
And the substitution about to be made now. And from what we could hear a moment ago, it looks as though it's Perez who's coming off, Ricardo Perez, who's just been cautioned. No, I don't really think that's the reason for the substitution. He simply wasn't having a very good game, and the leggy Leon Villa takes his place. That's a very good ball forward by Cassiani, and good play on the right as well by Fajardo. Boca suddenly pushing up, looking for an offside as Alvarez turns it back again to Pereira. Not a good ball by him. And a break now suddenly with Itabel. completely wasted though. Good play here by Rodriguez. And a decent ball in as well, and Higuita was in all kinds of trouble with it. Well, he's only young, Rene Higuita, but he certainly must give some terrible moments to the defenders in front of him. And that error was always down to him then. I'm very lucky that Itabel didn't really punish him for it. Great play by Rodriguez on the left. Got the ball in to Itabel, and really, Higuita was all over the place. So Boca expectant. Well, that's a good header. Oh, and it hit the post and goes behind for a corner. Marangoni it was, I think, who won the ball, and Higuita was very, very happy to see that hit his defender and then the post. In fact, it was Rodriguez just in front of Marangoni who got the header in. It hit Herrera, then hit the post, and they only get a corner out of it. And still the score remains at 1-0. But Boca very unlucky not to extend their lead then, and I think a second goal in this game for Boca Juniors could clinch things. Nacional don't really on tonight's showing look capable of rescuing this game, but here they go. Foul on Villa then by Marchesini. And that's suddenly livened Nacional up. Gomez in possession. Arango. Garcia turns it back. Well, there's some strange looking tackles being allowed to go unpunished, but suddenly a break cut out well by Alvarez, and he and Gomez get Nacional out of trouble. Alvarez again. Didn't do much else then. Turned back by Musladini. Well, there was a famous incident in a game in England recently when the goalkeeper, Andy Dibble from Manchester City, saw Gary Crosby of Nottingham Forest head the ball out of his hands in a situation not dissimilar to that one. He then kicked it into the net, and the goal was allowed to stand, to the disgust of Nottingham Forest, and it led to divided opinion in English football about whether the goal should have been allowed or not. Ponche scrapping for the ball, but it breaks to Alvarez now for Nacional. And good play in the middle of the field by the number 13 Fajardo. Dispossessed now though. And play continues to be a little scrappy. Alvarez, Garcia. That was a foul. Free kick to Nacional. Villa chasing it, brushed aside by Chifo. Rodriguez, who's looked lively throughout in this game, the number 11. Ponche. Clever little ball, but straight at Pereira, who finds on this near side of the field the number 3 Gomez. Free kick again. Not happy about something then on the Nacional bench, as Marangoni turns it forward again for Boca, but straight to Gomez. Nacional enjoying more possession in this second half without looking particularly dangerous. Cassiani took a risk and got away with it well. Gomez. Back it goes to Cassiani, and this time he takes no risks and belts the ball forward. Villa is dispossessed by Marchesini, and then an offside at the other end of the field. Well, the flag has been raised. I think the referee has said play on, so Higuita will enjoy the opportunity to do so. Good header forward by Villa, but Marchesini, who's had a very sound game at the back, clears upfield, and it's a dangerous one as well, and hit on the volley by Itabel. And they're certainly getting the best of the openings here, Boca Juniors. Itabel finding himself in the clear then. They're still not happy about something on the Nacional bench. Great dispute going on that side of the field, as the ball is retrieved for a dismissive-looking René Higuita. About 20 minutes gone in this second half then, and it's still Boca Juniors leading 1-0, and on the attack again here with Itabel once more. Bad ball that time though. Arango, and off the ball there. One of the Nacional players was thumped to the deck. And I hope the referee saw what happened, because I must confess I didn't. Much as though Alvarez feels he did, because he's giving the referee a lecture about what he thought happened then. Arango, the player, dumped to the ground. And nothing much comes of it apart from a free kick by the looks of things. Referee's lectured the offending Boca player. I'm not too sure whether he booked him or not. Good play by Marangoni to win the ball back for Boca. Now Rodriguez. Only as far as Cassiani. Alvarez. One back by Latorre. Now Ponce. Rodriguez again. Decent ball for Itabel, and he really had more time than perhaps he realised then with that rather tame header straight at Higuita. Turned on at the other end towards Arango again. Marchesini gets it clear. This is the right back Musladini, given away though to Gomez. Took too much time. Marangoni's clearance was a poor one. Alvarez, Gomez. Looking for Arango in the middle, and he got his shot, but it was charged away via. Good tackle by Simon, Juan Simon.
Throw in Colombia.
And again, the ball has gone and got itself hidden. A bit of impromptu scene shifting, retrieves it, and this little shot here by Arango, well blocked. Free kick is the outcome. Well, I must say, I thought it was a throw-in, and that was right. A bit optimistic, expecting a free kick then, Nacional. Headed back in by Pereira. Not properly cleared, and it comes again towards Arango. And he goes spinning to the ground, and the referee is not impressed. No free kick even. As Montoya hits a massive clearance upfield. This is Pereira. Had to stretch to win that one back. Well, I don't think the pitch has helped one bit, but really you would have expected a better standard of football from these two teams. Especially Nacional, as it happens, bearing in mind that they have been all the way to the World Club Cup, as I was saying earlier. Oh, Higuita's at it again. Just about got away with it. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt that he was looking for Alvarez with that through ball, but I'm not totally convinced. I think he was just hoofing it, and it could have gone anywhere. Well, it's smashing when it comes off. But I must say, if I was the manager, I don't really think I'd admire Higuita's rather strange histrionics from time to time. Anyway, no further goal has resulted from that moment of madness. And I suppose in fairness to him, he did well to win the ball. Still 1-0 to Boca Juniors, and in case you are just joining us, Nacional of Medellin are from Colombia. They're in the green jerseys. Boca Juniors from Buenos Aires in Argentina in the blue and yellow. And they're playing here at the Orange Bowl Stadium in Miami for the right to be called South American Super Cup winners. And Boca Juniors are leading by 1-0. More than halfway through the second half. The goal coming in the first half, courtesy of a fine piece of finishing by Diego Latorre, the Boca Juniors number 9. Certainly hasn't been a classic, although mainly thanks to Higuita, there have certainly been some entertaining moments. Pereira, Alvarez, Garcia, good ball forward. Villa chasing it. And again, the Nacional management team are not happy people. Another caution, I think, for a Boca Juniors player. Not quite sure which one. Garcia for Nacional, trying to pull back this 1-goal deficit. Villa. On the far side, Herrera. Half cleared by Marchesini, then Ponce gets it away. Good clearance, that one. Cassiani under no pressure, turning it back to Higuita. Gomez now. Bad ball. Ponce winning it back with ease. Alvarez got a foot in though. And now Luis Carlos Pereira, big Colombian international centre-back. Cassiani, his 20-year-old partner. And this is 12, Jaime Arango. Decent little ball as well. Good move this. And Villa just dispossessed there in the nick of time. And now good play by the tall Fajardo. Reminder of the scoreline. Good play by Rodriguez. Ponce. Rodriguez again. He's been busy and skillful and dangerous throughout. Well, blood pressure zooms if you're a football coach. Rodriguez there again, helped on by Ponce. A good little ball as well to Itabel. And back it goes now to Latorre. Not a bad effort. And Diego Latorre, who scored the goal, hit the post, and had a couple of other good efforts well saved, has been the most dangerous player on view. And here he is again. And he finds Itabel this time. Well, Itabel, I suppose, couldn't have done much more in that situation. Rodriguez playing it on, flicked through, and back to Latorre. Made the room for himself very nicely. Good positioning by Higuita. Garcia now for Nacional, still trailing 1-0. And the captain takes over again. And Arango just couldn't find the space for the shot. Well, the cameraman certainly found a worthy subject for his attentions on the bench. Eventually Gomez brings the ball down and controls it neatly. Alvarez forward, cleared by Musladini. And you can see from the crazy bounce when the ball went through to Higuita then just how difficult this pitch has been. Gomez. It's a foul, isn't it? No, referee says no. Latori. Good play by Latori. Like the look of him. But not that time. Gave the ball straight away to Fajardo. And the long ball for Villa to chase. And Montoya again proves that rather like Higuita at the other end, he's quite adept at coming out of his penalty area. And still Gomez on the Nacional bench waits anxiously for his team to press for the equalising goal. This is Fajardo, now Alvarez. Fajardo and Gomez. Oh, that's a good little return ball. Gomez chasing onto it. Corner, no. The defender kept it in, and Marangoni in the end finds the back row of the seating, taking no risks at all. Gomez. Back it goes to the number 3 who played a key role in that build-up. This is Garcia, the captain. Oh, it's a good-looking ball into the middle, and 2 players proved to be too many. Villa, the substitute, and Arango both going for the same ball as it was clipped in beautifully by the captain Garcia. If only one of them had gone, I'm sure they would have scored. But they got in each other's way. Furious debate between Marchesini, the number 6, and goalkeeper Montoya about who exactly should have been marking whom then. And certainly 2 players were allowed to go through unmarked, and Boca might have paid very dearly for that error. It was easily the best chance that Nacional have had in the game, because they haven't created too many. Well, they may be feeling now at Nacional it's not to be their night. That was a golden opportunity to equalise. And Villa has proved himself quite a handful since coming on as substitute, and he got the free kick then, and it's already been taken, and this is Garcia, and back it goes towards Villa. Headed clear though by Musladini. And Nacional beginning to dominate possession. They've had a much better half than the first half. Gomez now. Oh, and he nearly went on a solo run. Gomez. Garcia. Lifted through neatly to Arango, but back it goes, and the Colombians in the crowd beginning to feel that Nacional have done enough to get back on level terms here. Although time is against them, we're into the final 10 minutes of the game, and there's still a goal down. And the atmosphere really hotting up now as another substitution is made. 14, Walter Pico about to come on for Boca Juniors, junior international player, and it looks as though, yes, the number 7 Itabel is the player he'll replace. And using the opportunity to take on some plastic bags full of water for the players. And again, anxious signals from the bench about exactly how long is remaining here. And not many minutes to go for Boca to hold on and win the South American Super Cup. Can they repel the late pressure here from Nacional, who's done an awful lot in this second half? Created one golden opportunity, but wasted it by the fact that two players instead of one went for the same ball. Here's Alvarez though, they're not giving up hope. Turn forward, but headed clear by Marchesini, and now suddenly the goal scorer Latori threatens to break clear. One back again by Nacional. That had crossed the line. It's a throw in. And Simon taking no risks with the game in its late stages. Wanted to make sure that Boca retained possession as they too think about a second substitution. Nacional have already made their second substitution. Felipe Perez coming on for Arboleda, and there he is, the number 11, Perez. One of two players with the same surname. Turn forward by Cassiani now. Useful looking ball, but couldn't keep it in play. And still, Carlos Almar looks anxiously at his watch, as though he's willing the seconds away. Substitute Pico playing a good ball forward for Latori here, and the goal scorer is suddenly in the clear. Can he clinch it here for Boca Juniors? He could have done. And all the best opportunities in the game seem to have fallen to Diego Latori. Into the side netting then. But his goal still separates the sides and looks increasingly as though it's going to win the South American Super Cup. And that was a very, very late challenge. As we see again how Latori sprung the offside trap. And again, he did the early work so well here. Took the ball up to the goalkeeper, shimmied and dummied him. The angle was too tight. I think Nacional realise they've lost it now. Latori. Alvarez right behind him. Goal kick which Nacional will want to take very quickly. They're running out of time for the equalising goal now. Boca Juniors of Argentina very, very close to winning the South American Super Cup here in Miami in Florida. Another substitution to be made by the team leading 1-0. And Rodriguez, who's had a very effective game, is the player who's going to come off. Number 11, Fabian Carrizo, will take his place. Done his job well. And a very welcome drink on this hot and humid evening. Temperature around 80 odd degrees here. And I think the referee has maybe had enough of the rantings and ravings from the Nacional bench, because it looks as though one of their coaches there, Gomez, has been escorted off by the reserve official. He's certainly been up and down like a yo-yo, complaining about this, that and the other, and it looks as though the officials have finally had enough of him, as suddenly the ball breaks for the substitute, but he could do nothing with it. And we're into the final seconds of this game now. Only time to be added for stoppages, and not much of that. Well, Nacional came desperately close to the World Club Cup, and they played AC Milan. Lost to a very, very late goal there in Tokyo in extra time. I wonder if they can do the same trick again here, and Perez nearly managed to do just that. In the dying seconds of the game, the substitute Felipe Perez suddenly finding himself with a shooting opportunity and hit it straight at Montoya. He took the ball down beautifully on his chest here. Just watch this control as it's played in by Arango. Took it beautifully, hit it on the volley, but straight to the keeper. And that's it. What a dramatic last kick of the game that could have proved to have been. But it didn't. It was stopped by Montoya, and that save and the goal by Diego Laturi has ensured that Boca Juniors win by 1-0 here and go up to receive the South American Super Cup. Tremendous moment for the team from Buenos Aires, and a lot of national pride has been at stake here. Montoya with that last save, deserving the medal. If he hadn't been in the right place then, the game would have gone to extra time. And certainly, judging by the response, it's been a competition that Boca Juniors really treated with the utmost importance. And a handsome trophy at the end of it all. They wanted it badly. And a great deal of South American pride at stake here. Well, we've seen this scene all around the world so often. Footballers enjoying their moment of glory. And here in Florida, the scene's as joyous as ever. And Carlos Almar, the coach, the next in line to receive the trophy, and he looks a very happy man indeed. So the South American Cup has gone to the Argentine side, Boca Juniors, by 1-0 against Atletico Nacional of Colombia. As the celebrations continue, let's look at the key moments in the game, including, of course, that vital moment when Diego Laturi scored the only goal of the game. Thanks for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the show.